I'm the doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
Worldwide exclusive. Mr. Miranda. And okay. Mr. Miranda. "2010.
Yo, knock is like a flame that burn. Watch me on my years, utilizing all the game I learned. Patient, think before I make a statement. Keep the plot thick, so heavy that you can taste it. Mine is the fate, designed to be great. I'm a product of society's hate, so blame them. But I use it like wood for fire. You should admire, can't help them with the hood desire. I step on your block, they label me hot. Stupid niggas still confused, ain't connecting the dots. It's simple, give me a pen and pad, an instrumental moment to begin my rap and get official. Hey! Form like Voltron, cool under pressure, your boys stay so calm in the midst of war. Bullets flying, fists with swords, battle lords, full clips and more. Blood stains from the slain as they hit the floor. Regrets, wishing to end the conflict, I'm sure. Joy be. In fact, this shit moves me, so try me. Really don't need niggas behind me to co-sign shit. My quote's timeless. Don't think y'all know how powerful the dope rhyme is. The co-sign shit, my quote's timeless. Don't think y'all know how powerful a dope rhyme is.
Hey, yo, knock, we make it happen every hour. Killing the scary cowards on the field. Do 'em like Eddie Powers, cause we're eastbound and down in the streets, grind of town. Laying our focus, making the beat down the ground, cause I'm staying true, so you never get this bout of switch. Filming my own life, baby, I'm John Malkovich. Nice when I lead a pad, and when I see the jag in the front yard, oops, my bad, that's a dream I had. Going with the strong hustle, I told these cats to get their bars up, but most of them be lifting with the wrong muscle. We make it happen for the season, everyone's a rapper nowadays, but yo, we rapping for a reason. Everything we spit's great, we're here to uplift your spirit, so if you 5'1", you feel like you're 6'8". Be chilling with my family often, used to wanna be the man on the moon, but say that for Andy Kaufman. I'ma live it fine, and with success I'm like the old Pat Riley, I can get there in the nick of time. My quote's timeless, don't think you're now powerful with no rhyme is. The quote's sign shit, my quote's timeless, don't think you're now powerful with no rhyme is.
For every blow depends on breath control, so it's the first thing you must learn. Fortunately, it's easy. You'll soon learn. Hey!
High Tide Stick Radio reminds you not to do anything stupid on marijuana. You know, like get busted by your parents. You're on High Tide Stick with the Doc MistaTre. First thing in the morning. Shout out, it's Monday. Mondays do suck, just for the record. I want to throw that one out there. But anyway, so it's Monday morning. Lots to talk about, of course. You know, the Republican national debate is tomorrow. There's always tons of cannabis news. The Emerald Cup Marijuana Festival draws over 21,000 to Sonoma County Fairgrounds. We'll talk a little bit about that today. We're going to talk about 6 things you can do for cannabis prisoners to help them out this next year in 2016. Grandma's Magic Remedy in Mexico. You'll like that story. And of course, potential banking solutions for Nevada cannabis businesses. We'll get into that later on in the show today as well. Let's see here. Who do we want to shout out today? Let's shout out. You know what? Let's shout out my neighbor, who is the owner of Montgomery LTD. I think it's how you say it. Montgomery LTD. Montgomery LTD. There's breaking news from Montgomery LTD. No, so anyway, but all jokes aside, we got a bunch of stuff going on today. So last week, it's the time of year that's the best time of year to be in like any type of radio or television, because you get a lot of goof off time where you can, where you can skate on a few things here and there, and you can dodge a few shows here and there, and have some fun and whatnot. And so, definitely going to be a fun Christmas break. Pretty soon, we have a couple more shows. I think 7 more shows, including this one, 7 more shows. But one of those is on Christmas Day. We're going to do a Christmas Day broadcast. It's been settled. The news is out. Dun, 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 dun. Breaking news at 11. Tom? No, but seriously, breaking news right now that Christmas, we will be having Christmas at home. So, with that said, we will be having Christmas at home. And I'm glad for that, because that means I get to stay in my PJs most of the time, so I can definitely live with that. Let's keep that on real. So, by the way, the track today brought to you by Knock for today's Take a Hit or Burn That Bitch on Music Monday. And essentially, I just want to know, how do you feel about that track? Do you take a hit of that track, or do you burn that bitch? I mean, is it a good hit track, or should we never play that track again? I mean, and so that was by a man by the name of Knock from Phoenix, Arizona, N-O-K. And gracing his presence near the top, or at the top of some of the hip hop charts out in the Phoenix metro area. So, of course, shout out to him, another Bird City guy. So, you're watching on YouTube, you see that Bird City King. See, I got to put my mans out from Phoenix out on this, get them out here on the East Coast. So, let us know if you like that or not. And it's real simple. Put it in the comments. If you're watching this live, you can put it in the comments. If you watch this later on demand, put it in the comments. Leave your comments on what you thought of the track. And it was, of course, featuring Mr. Miranda. So that's the track for today. Now, of course, we have other music guests today on the show. And, of course, we'll end the show with our favorite track, of course, by all means. And including some of the music today by Dirty Games. And, of course, by... I had to remember which one it was. Oh, yeah. And by Mr. D. So we're going to get around to some more music during the breaks. Those will be some of the music breaks for you guys today. And, of course, we'll close out the show with a music break, as well as the show's theme song, Stand Between Mitos. Other than that, I don't know what you guys did this weekend. I had fun this weekend. Boat parade. I did a boat parade. Like, I went to go watch a boat parade. And we had we felt like we were like gods amongst men. Like gods amongst men. Because at that very moment, when everybody else was stopping because there was no more room to stand, the sea of people parted like we was fucking Moses, let me tell you. And it was awesome. I didn't even notice it, actually. Funny enough. Maybe I'm just kind of used to that because I kind of just do my thing. And I'm well known enough that I don't really have to, use the main entrance. And I get to use, the green room kind of stuff. And so for me personally, it was fun just because I'm like, oh, yeah, boat parade, bitches. So we felt like we was gods. And amongst men, like I said, we were gods amongst men. I'm gonna keep saying it with my epic, Don De La Fonte voice. For those of you who don't know who Don De La Fonte is, that's the movie phone guy. He's like, in a world where 3 people exist, what a shitty world that would be. So I have the coolest puberty story ever, just for the record, because when I hit puberty, I was just like, bye, mama, see you later, I love you. And then I came home and I was like, Mom, we're gonna get paid. So we have, of course, fun with my my somewhat ability to impersonate the greatest movie phone voice guy ever, the wonderful and great Mr. Don De La Fonte. And again, for all of you folks that don't know who Don De La Fonte is, that is my dude. Round of applause for Don De La Fonte. Of course, shout out again. Oh, here we got round of applause for Montgomery LTD's Oh, and I'm gonna give her a shout out again anyway, because like I totally hornswoggled my neighbor into being my safe date for my Christmas party. When and if that ever is at my other job, I was like, I need a date. I need a safe date. I need somebody that doesn't expect anything from me other than a good time and some dancing. You know what I'm saying? What? You can't hate me for it though. I mean, let's be real. You can't hate me for it. So, seriously, you really can't hate me for it. That's just kind of my thing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. That's I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, I'm really excited about the holiday season. I'm going Christmas shopping probably sometime early next week. I seem to have Mondays and Thursdays off from my other job, so I'm like, I got to go Christmas shopping sometime next week. And I have time off from my other job because this job, I'm the boss, so I decide when stuff happens. But anyway, I want to get in, of course, into this first story here. Just because I think it's kind of a cool little story, and I think that you guys will like it. But before we do that, hold on, I've got to share my screen with you guys so you guys can see what arguably had to have been the greatest like boat parade boat in my existence. Now, my existence is of course short-lived on this one because this has been my first boat parade, but I'm just gonna say it, in my short existence, there was awesomeness. So check this out. If you're watching on YouTube, look at this. And his arms moved. I kid you not, his arms moved. He looked like he was swimming on top of the water. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know who came up with this one. Great picture, of course, by Kellyanne Montgomery, owner of Montgomery Ltd. See, this is why I don't have sponsors, because I can't get shit right. So anyway, that is essentially one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But, you know, now it's time to go on the clock as we start getting into our stores here. So we have to do our job. That's like my little timer to remind me to do my job. So here's the deal: is the Emerald Cup, which of course is the celebration of cannabis culture, now in its third year, and Santa Rosa wrapped up its 2-day run today at the Sonoma County Fairgrounds on Sunday with its biggest attendance ever, showcasing some of the best outdoor organic marijuana in the world and the industry for that matter. Pretty cool. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool. The weekend event drew more than 21,000 people, according to the organizer, Tim Blake, compared to the 13,000 last year. So they've almost nearly doubled the amount of people that have showed up, and 7,000 in 2013. They have tripled just 2 years ago the attendance for this. This first year. The first year it was located to, of course, Mendocino County, where it has had a humble, more clandestine beginning 12 years ago. So they moved this, of course, is what they're saying, to a new location. And then, you know, for why it's been going on for a long time, but the festival has gotten huge because of them moving it, of course, again to Santa Rosa, California. Now, this, of course, marijuana event or cannabis event is sort of compared to like the Oscars of the cannabis industry. It involves or draws a lot of people from like the Emerald Triangle of Mendocino and Humboldt and Trinity counties, which of course, shout out to Humboldt County. Yo, what up, Cottonmouth Kings? My boy Potluck, my weed pimp Johnny Richter, weed pimp Johnny Richter. One more time, shout out. And then of course my man One Ton, all the homies from Potluck. Again, miss you guys. I am sorry I moved from Colorado before I got to DJ your event this year, but you know I love you guys. And of course, I miss you guys. Have fun out there in Humboldt County. But anyway, so again, this is like I said, it's really comes across as like the Oscars of marijuana, you know, cannabis industry, and it's sort of like you could call it like as they did here on PressDemocrat.com news, that it's sort of the evangelical rally to spread the gospel of marijuana. And it's called the Emerald Cup. It's not the only contest to choose the best bud, but a community event of growers from different pot aficionados with business exhibits and stuff like that. There's educational seminars, music, all kinds of stuff. It's much like the Cannabis Expo, but at a larger scale, smaller than, of course, the 420 events that take place in Colorado by all means. but definitely noteworthy and worth sharing in the news. So other than that, moving forward, I guess is what we'll say is, of course, 6 things you can do for cannabis prisoners. And this, of course, was written in High Times magazine by Cannabis Sherry. Was written today, of course, or at least it was published today. But anyway, as you go out celebrating the holidays, I want you guys to listen to this because this is kind of deep. As you go out celebrating the holidays this year, take a moment out of your busy schedule to support those paying the highest price in the war on weed. Those incarcerated prisoners' existence is bleak anytime, but especially so through the holidays. Caring about our marijuana POWs brings good karma and spreads positive energy all around. I often hear from the marijuana inmates I write to that the cards, letters, and photos that I sent not only lifted their spirits, but also the spirits and photos I sent, or excuse me, also the letters and photos I sent not only lifted them as far as their spirits go, but also the spirits of all of the other prisoners around them. People reaching in to care about prisoners such a rare thing that anytime it happens, it gives hope to all it gives hope to all people who care actually. That people out there that care or whatever, they do actually exist. Here are some things that you can absolutely do to help those behind bars during the holidays, or any time for that matter. These things won't cost much money or time, but doing some or all of them will brighten a marijuana inmate's world tremendously, and it just might help them get released too. 1, send cards, postcards, letters, and or photos to pot prisoners. Of course, that seems to be an obvious one. A letter or a card definitely is one that you can do. 2, put money in a prisoner's commissionary account. I could say that you might want to do some research on whose account you're putting money into before you just go giving your money to inmates. I'm dead serious. There's a lot more to it than that. You might want to find like a genuine database that can tell you that the person you're helping is legitimately that kind of person. I mean, there's some there's some people that are it's just, I'm not saying that you put money on just anybody. You might want to know who you're helping out, though. That's all I'm saying. So definitely a quite a few things that you can do. Those are just 2 of the 6, of course. When we get back after the break, we're going to cover the other 6. We're also going to talk about Grandma's Magic Remedy, Mexico's marijuana secret, and then, of course, potential banking solutions for marijuana people. And I think that that's one that you're going to want to look at, just the way as we get further and further down the rabbit hole of weed, as I call it. It's things, it's going to continue to be this way. And I just want to prepare you guys. We're gonna have some fun, but at the same time, there's some things that got to get serious, like the potential solution for banking of cannabis. And we're going to talk to you about some of the problems we ran into in Colorado and how we can solve those. We're also going to get into, of course, what else but cannabis, marijuana, and more marijuana and more weed, and more weed and more marijuana. We'll be talking about a Barcelona woman who used medical cannabis to battle epilepsy, another good heartwarming story, and so much more. Marijuana dispensary plans to create a health and wellness environment. We'll talk about that when we come back after the break. I'm the Doc, and you're on High Tide Stick with the Doc MistaTre live Monday through Friday.
Everything will be alright. In the city we try to avoid the fight. But tonight I got set between the clothes, my playing the room and the right. You're here to the nation that I make for Dominican and Haitian, Puerto Ricans, Cubanos, yeah man. Money from the American nation, don't play poppy on the place.
High Tide Stick is a cannabis content, news, politics, and entertainment show for 21 and up. So do what you always do. Put on your headphones and kick your siblings out of the room and enjoy the show. You're on High Tide Stick with the Doc MistaTre, live on YouTube. Tre's on the LLC and Living Art Tattoo, as well as many other Colorado Springs and Florida companies, are proud to present you with the latest mix album by MistaTre. It's available now at www.reverbnation.com/MistaTre. That's MistaTre. You can download High Tide Stick's theme song from there as well, called Sand Between Me Toes.
Too much, right. Overdosing, I'm in over my head. I say what I should have said. I'm living, it should be dead. I'm coming, you should be scared. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone, all alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone, all alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone, all alone. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone. Overdosing, I'm in over my head. Taking blunts to the head. Coming, you should be scared. Me against the world, I'm Tupac and with a Glock. Cause I don't wanna go before my time up on the clock. They say when you on the screen, everybody wanna watch. They say you at the bottom, you'll never reach the top. Heavy hearted, my emotions got dropped. Maneuver with the movement, man, my motion won't stop. Cause it's money over everything. Maybe even you got a business on the side, man. Maybe even too. They all say they love me, but you know how bitches do. Niggas are falsified, and I just remain true. I say, damn. Scheme while getting Sam, I swear she was getting Graham. I hate thinking about that bullshit. And the stress, working real hard without resting. OT till I OD, that's right. Overdosing, I'm in over my head. I say what I should have said. I'm living, it should be dead. I'm coming, you should be scared. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone, all alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone, all alone. I'm alone, all alone. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone. And I ain't talking in the victim sense. Talking, I'm on a whole other level. This shit in my sense. Without my paper and my sense. I want it all, nothing less. You smell success, that's been my step. You fuck me once, I ain't forget. No handkerchief for falling tears. On deaf ears, you telling stories. Disappear, went down and out. But now found when half the glory category. Bitch made that, you know, ifs and buts about it. And please don't ever doubt it. Fuck your help, I'm here without it. For real. Cause I done made it on my lonesome. With chip on shoulder, chips of soda, feeling like you owe some. Can't expect your intellect to see the real if no none. But how the hell you bite that hand that feeds you when there's no one? They gon' come and go, and I know that shit true. Take that picture of Van Gogh so you clearly see who the fuck I am. A giant from my point of view, from skyscraper view, what I do see this view. So I'm overdosing, I'm in over my head. I say what I should have said. I'm living, it should be dead. I'm coming, you should be scared. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone, all alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone, all alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone, all alone. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone.
Need ink? Tired of getting shafted by artists that say they know what they're doing? Or charging for subsequent work, overpricing, and more? Then you need the ink crew at Living Art Tattoo. Living Art Tattoo Artists are well trained in the customer's needs and the customer experience. It's the ultimate goal there. Living Art Tattoo is located on Airport and Academy. Stop in Colorado Springs at Living Art Tattoo, where integrity matters. That's why the slogan at Living Art Tattoo is, yes, it hurts. High Tide Stick wants to remind you to drive safe when consuming cannabis, or at least do the speed limit. Who does 30 in a 60? I mean, come on. You're on High Tide Stick with the Doc MistaTre.
I'm the doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
Yeah. We are back. In effect, High Tide Stick with the Doc MistaTre. Hold it down. Get busy. Yeah. So before we went to break, we were talking about 6 things that you could do to help inmates out there in the world. A way that you could be a contributing factor to making somebody else's day better, if you were interested in doing that. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm recommending that anybody does this, because there are obviously the possible risks of you just emailing an inmate at a prison. Don't ever mistake that or misunderstand that. So I'm not telling you to go do this. But what I am doing is I'm saying, hey, if it's something that you want to do, if you want to, reach out to an inmate, or you want to, kind of show them a little, puppy love, that's your business. That's how I feel about it. That's your business. But what I'm saying is, if that's what you want to do, more power to you. Nobody's going to stop you or knock you for doing that. However, again, just be cautious with whatever you do. It did say, the thing I was reading here, if you were to help a prisoner, or help out a prisoner, or send something to a prisoner in federal prison, the only thing they get from where it came from is the person's name that sent it. That's it. Nothing else. So it's one of those ones where you kind of have to look at the bigger picture, the grand scheme of things, and understand that, like, the way it works is money for all federal prisoners gets sent to the same central clearinghouse in Des Moines, Iowa. From there, it's distributed to each of the prisoners' individual accounts, and the only information that the prisoner ever gets is the name of the person who sent the money. They don't get your address or anything else. You can write these people a letter if you want, but if you just want to make a donation to a prisoner, I mean, there's the thing is that I want to make people understand that I understand that some people are unjustly in prison because of the war on marijuana. I get that. I understand that. I have a direct correlating lifestyle that completely understands that somebody is unjustly being, given the old up the woo by the government. Believe me, I know. However, even though I know that, we have to be clear though too. The prison can change people too, and so you have to be cautious. That's all I'm saying. But if you want to give up a little dough, you want to kick out a little money, you want to hook them up, that's your business. And I'll applaud that. I'll applaud that gladly. So it's just one of those things where I want to keep you guys, well informed to the facts and the whatnots that go on and all that good jazz, my good friends of America. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope. Periscope's temporarily disabled because my phone lives with SpongeBob after a sailing accident. I still don't know how to take that. My heart hurts. My chest hurts. It's very painful. I want to cry like a little baby, fall off the map. My shoes are suicidal now. They want to leave. They're like, we got no phone to hang out with. We're going to jump off the boat. 2. The next thing that happens, what's going to happen next? Then my clothes are going to get suicidal. And, You know, when my clothes get suicidal or indecent exposure. So, you know, I mean, run with it, people. Run with it. So anyway, moving on to the rest of these 6 things. You know, there's an address, by the way, on this article. We'll post this article to High Tide Stick on Facebook. We'll post this article on we'll post it on Twitter, as well as all the other wonderful things that we post stuff on. I mean, there's so much crap. I even posted on my own personal page. But what I'm saying is, I'm not recommending that you contact the Federal Bureau of Prisons. But if you want to, you go to you would write them, you would send money, or you would write a prisoner to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, inmate's name and registry number, which is their DOC, Department of Corrections, or federal prisoner number, and then Post Office Box 474701, Des Moines, Iowa 50947-0001. You have to use, or you can use Western Union. I don't know about all this. You can write a clemency support letter if you support this prisoner for clemency. You can write one to your governor. You can help the governor give clemency to somebody like this. Send books or magazines. Give them something to do. It's, you know, prison time or jail time's real long. It's real boring, and it really flipping sucks. So what else can you do? So you can do that. Let's see what else we got here. And number 6, of course, last but not least, show some love to children with incarcerated parents. If you can be a mentor, if you can help out, if you can coach, I mean, there's just so much stuff you can do. Like, I have had children who have played sports for me whose parents are in prison. I've had children who's played sports for me, the parents were in jail the night before, the weekend before. And you know what happens? I play parent for a minute, and I go pick them up, and I take them to practice, and I drop them back off at home, just like they're one of my kids that doesn't live with me, because that's what you do. And so there's so many ways that you can help out, and you may not even know you're doing it. That's the best part, because until I just read that statement, I didn't even realize that I was actually just helping out an inmate. I don't know what he was in jail for, and I don't care. It's none of my business, but I helped out an inmate because I got his kid where his kid needed to go. Because despite whatever reason he was locked up, hey, at least his kid was helped out by somebody in his life who should be a male role model, like a football coach. So enough said on that. But so that seems to be the 6 things. Like I said, I don't know if I agree with this writer from High Times Magazine. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't know if I agree. I'm a little standoffish about it, but you know, I probably would have to say that it might be more along the lines of, just because I don't know, man. Like, I know I've met some pretty bad or shady people. And when you think about the realm of prison and stuff, and so I'm kind of like, I don't know if I just want to go, you know, I'm not telling my listeners to go just contact any prisoner. But what I'm saying is that if you can keep full anonymity and you just want to write them and send them, like, I'd send a blank one-way letter with no return address. I would double envelope it so that way the prison can open the second envelope and see that it says on the first envelope, so that I put a return address to a federal prison so they don't think it's suspicious. And then when they open that one, they open another one, and I'm like, you can send this on. I just don't want my return information there. And then on and on, you know, and they can read it and see that it's just an open letter or whatever the case may be. And it's just one of those things where you have to, Kelly is a fool. Not cousin Kelly. This time it's neighbor Kelly. But anyway, so again, like I said, I'm not necessarily wanting to endorse this. I guess that's the right word. Endorse this or condone this or say this is what you should do. But I am saying that, hey, if you could help somebody's day a little bit brighter, would you do it? And you probably would, because I know that my listeners are a bunch of stony dudes and stony chicks and some business owners and some homies and some friends and some people that I've met along the way and other people, the feds, you know, the usual people that listen to my show. And so with that said, you know, when you got all those people listening and all that good jazz, okay, that was that we can't have effects going late. You know, you got to say that right after I say the feds. Then you drop the laugh thing. Come on. Message. So anyway, of course, this is our story of the day. One more time. As we get back on the clock. All right, for real. I'm done playing with you guys. It's fun though. I can't lie. It is extremely fun to play with the sound effects buttons. But anyway, let's get into this story about this wonderful grandma from Mexico who has the magic marijuana remedy that's been helping her out. So, Mexico City, associated, I would imagine it would be Federal Press, which just means federal press. Um, when her legs ache, this Mexican grandmother rubs them with marijuana infused alcohol. She is well aware the homemade remedy defies the country's cannabis ban, but her family has used the concoction to treat ailments since she was a child, handing it down, from generation to generation. She was quoted as saying, "I really have a lot of faith in it." And this is the 53-year-old woman and housewife, occasional amateur dancer, who spoke to the Associated Federale Press about her cannabis use. On the condition of, really, it sounds something more like arthritis or anything like this. This is, by the way, coming from yahoo.com or news.com or news.yahoo.com. But anyway, so this article on Yahoo goes on and talks about, the type of pain that she has and some of the other things and stuff like that. She's used this family remedy apparently to cure for her 3 children and 3 grandchildren. For the kids, a piece of cotton soaked in the liquid is placed in the belly button to light fevers. Oh wow, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. So you soak this cotton ball or whatever in this alcohol that's infused with cannabis, and you stick it in your belly button, and that fights fevers. When they are congested, the alcohol is rubbed on the chest and back. A debate on whether to legalize marijuana for recreational or medical use in Mexico is in its infant stages. They are working on this in legislation. We've been covering this on the show for quite some time, and it's really bowing down to the therapeutic properties that it has, and that the Mexican community and Mexican public is fighting and saying, you are violating our human rights by not allowing us to choose to cure for ourselves how we wish. It's brilliant. It's how it should be in the United States. We should be able to say, hey, listen, you are defying my ability to treat myself for ADD, PTSD. There's so many different things, epilepsy, bipolar disorder, and on and on and on and on. And you're defying my ability to have well-being and health by making it criminal that I take this medicine. And that's what Mexico is fighting right now, funny enough. And like I said, we've been covering this all the way up through the Thanksgiving break, and prior to that through the early spring. And so this, for some of you guys that listen to all the shows or the shows all the time, you absolutely understand or know. You guys know what I'm talking about. So a debate whether to legalize marijuana for recreational or medical use in Mexico, again, it's been going on for a little bit while. The national discussion was launched back in November when the Supreme Court, and this is what we actually covered, was the landmark ruling by the Mexican Supreme Court. And when they ruled or authorized 4 people to grow and smoke marijuana for personal use, opening the door for others to seek similar permits. Weeks earlier, of course, the patient of an 8-year-old girl named Grace, who suffers from severe form of epilepsy, which, we've covered the children's epilepsy here on my show. That's what I did in Colorado, is work with finding out, spreading the message, and being an activist for children's marijuana rights. And a big part of children's marijuana rights comes down to CBDs and epilepsy. So this parent, doing the same thing that we've been advocating for years already in Colorado, won a legal battle to import a cannabis-based oil to treat her condition, and I'm willing to bet that she's probably getting it from somebody like Charlotte's Web or something to that degree. So again, this is brilliant, because this 53-year-old woman's going like, look, I don't give this to them in their mouth. They're not smoking J's we're not smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room. That's not what's going on here, man. What's going on here is Grammy's putting it in the belly. And for some reason, when Grammy puts that in my belly, it makes me feel a whole hell of a lot better about life. And I don't know what that means. I don't even know why it's that way. But what I do know is Grammy says it works, and I trust my Grammy Gram. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go to the break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about the potential banking solution for Nevada cannabis businesses and how that could affect us going forward. We're going to be talking about several other things, and during this break, we're going to listen to the song "Timeless" again. Remember, it's "Burn That Bitch" Take a hit or burn that ish. I'm sorry. Take a hit or burn that ish is the name of the segment. So during the break after the first commercial, you're going to hear this song called Timeless by Knock. Listen to it. Leave a comment on the on the page on YouTube. Leave a comment on Facebook at High Tide Stick. Leave a comment on Twitter at High Tide Stick. Let us know if you like the song or not, and so we can let Knox know. Again, another art or out of NOK Knock out of Phoenix. And of course, we'll get that going here in just a second, but we'll be right back after the break. You're on High Tide. Stick with the Doc, of course. High Tide Stick reminds you not to do anything stupid on marijuana, like get busted by your parents. You were listening to the Doc MistaTre on High Tide Stick. When I started tattooing my sleeve, I shopped around. I had already experienced a bad tattoo and feared that another artist claiming to be good would do the same to me. So with those fears, I didn't know what else to do except shop around. I walked into Living Art Tattoo, and that's not actually what happened at all. The customer-friendly staff at Living Art Tattoo begin from step one, letting me choose my artist, my day, my time, and most importantly, my artwork. My artist sat down with me and listened to me and my needs, what I wanted. I wouldn't go anywhere else unless I moved away. Just kidding. Living Art Tattoo in Colorado Springs. Set an appointment today at 719-578-9688. Again, that's 719-578-9688. Living Art Tattoo, Colorado Springs.
What it do, fatty? Two behind. Do it big. Yeah, gang. Yeah.
Hey, once I started, stayed on my grind. Yeah. Mr. Grit told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like pine. I drive a foreign and the wheels look fine. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my time. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. A couple hundred just to watch my time. Since I was young, I was young. Nickels and dollars and niggas. Ever since they robbed me, trust and believe I was blessed. Smoking like a zombie. Two game my niggas, nothing. Dice in my G got me. All my niggas, couple buses. Once I started, stayed on my grind. Mr. Grit told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like pine. I drive a foreign and the wheels look fine. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my time. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. A couple hundred just to watch my time.
Hey, my hood said get you, so fuck you. You, your dead homies, and your pistol. I'm from Gameville. We don't talk to get you. The bullets out this bitch sounding like a Russian missile. I've been a real nigga, I just dabble like that. And I be on in Houston, Texas, like I'm rapping like You's a cartoon character. Facebook dog, me the Grammy, you an actor. Push the rock, me with no ammo in the gun. I got a top on the way and 100-round drum. The difference between me and you haters is I'm winning. The label left a nigga, I bounce back in the pit.
Once I started, stayed on my grind. Nigga grit told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like pine. I drive a foreign and the wheels look fine. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my time. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. A couple hundred just to watch my time.
Hey, I'm in the studio, grinding with no pen or pad. They gave a right nigga money, now you at us mad. Shit, my belly was on E, I can feel the hunger. Ever go broke, I turn your block into a fucking song. I left the West Coast to bring back my street cred. I don't know why niggas eating when the streets dead. I know where thieves live when they think I don't. And now I leave a nigga stinking, you think I won't. Expose me to the world, make 2 P's famous. But you gon' rub in my money, I'ma sell them payments. I don't owe nobody nothing that ain't on me. You want a feature, we charging a fuck nigga fee.
Once I started, stayed on my grind. Nigga grit told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like pine. I drive a foreign and the wheels look fine. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my time. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. A couple hundred just to watch my time.
Trezona Graphic Design, leading Colorado Springs and Tampa in graphics for events, concerts, weddings, and more. Visit us on Facebook at Trezona, Trezona, or email us at trezonallc@gmail.com. You're listening to me, the Doc MistaTre, on YouTube Live. Yeah, I'm a real doctor, like Dr. Phil's a real doctor, only bald and sexy. Yeah. Sexy, bald doctor-ish. High Toxic with the Doc, Monday through Friday, live from Tampa. That's right. We are back in the house. Final segment before the show's over. Final things to talk about, closing arguments, etc. We're gonna figure out who's really boss on this. So we gotta figure that out. We gotta figure out who's the boss bitch up in here. Which one of these stories is the boss bitch story? Again, for some reason we had some technical difficulties, but you can always go back on demand and listen to the beginning of the show. Let us know what you think about the track by Knock, N-O-K, Knock, on Reverb Nation. You can look him up. A top recording artist from Phoenix, my hometown, my original hometown. Like, a lot of you, know I come from Colorado, but that's just where I moved from. I'm actually originally from Phoenix and kind of Germany, because that's where I grew up, was Europe and Phoenix. But anyway, holla at you, boy. Talk to me. Let us know. It's one of those things where I go, do you take a hit? That means you like it. That means you like it. That means you like it. Or do you burn that bitch? Because it's kind of the laughing stock of the show. Where's our video? Fail. There we go. We're back. Now you can see me, that I am a bald, sexy doctor, but not a real doctor, just a doctor like when you're on TV, doctor. And I sit down next to you and I go, you have crabs. I'm just playing. Oh, stupid. Oh man, you know I got jokes though. You know I got jokes. I have jokes. But anyway, so with that said, yeah, okay, I know. That's what it sounds like when I tell jokes. I know. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. Crickets in the background. It's messed up. It doesn't matter because your boy's a G. He knows how to. I got that one. Sometimes late at night when I get home early in the morning, all I hear is. I don't even know what to say for this one. Drum roll, please. That's not, the funny thing is the clock for when we're on the clock, because we need to get back focused on the job at hand here. But it's kind of funny because the sound effect for when we're on the clock sounds like the 24 Jack Bauer clock, if you ask me. But anyway, so potential banking solution for Nevada cannabis businesses, because right now cannabis business owners are prevented from doing business with the bank because the bank is owned by the federal government. That's sort of the problem. That's where the issue lies. And so with that said, it's a little misfortunate because at this point, you know, people who have cannabis businesses, they can't file taxes properly, so they end up having to file or pay more in taxes. It's really just kind of a drab situation for them, and it sucks for them. And definitely is not the situation that if you own a business you want to be in, obviously. And so access. So here's the problem: is access to banking remains a major or huge hurdle for any cannabis business owner or operator in the United States, and especially in Colorado. The thing is, the first state to legally to fully legalize recreational marijuana, and one with a long history of regulated medical cannabis efforts, have so far failed in a sense of getting a solution that would provide us with banking for cannabis business owners. Now, this, of course, the Canna Law Group lawyer, by the way, his name is Neil Giovanni. He believes that Nevada may be a potential solution, and I don't understand why, but what he's saying is that the Nevada Assembly Bill 480 would allow Nevada thrift companies to obtain their required deposit insurance for private carriers rather than from the FDIC, potentially reducing the regulatory hurdles needed to provide financial services to MMEs. Traditional financial institutions must have their deposit issued by the FDIC. Much of the pot industry, or without, I should say that would be without access to federal guarantees. Nationwide banking is effectively impossible for much of the pot industry at this time. However, thrift companies and credit unions have the option of having their deposits insured either through the FDIC or the NCUA. And so this would be, of course, a private deposit insurer approved by the Nevada Financial Institutions Divisions of the FID Commissioner. In turn, AB 480 is a fairly significant development where any removal of federal authority from the banking process makes life easier for financial institutions wanting to do business in the marijuana industry. So that's essentially what the bill states, or the reasoning behind the bill. That's and this, of course, this news coming to us from the news cannabisventures.com website. And I'll post this, of course, to the High Tide Stick page on Facebook for you guys out there, all you business owners. Take a look at this. If you're venturing towards the cannabis industry, this might be something you want to look at, because it's very complicated to bank in the marijuana industry. I don't know if you guys understand that or if you realize that, but it's actually very, very complicated to bank in the marijuana industry, because you can't have a bank. And I know a very great deal of dispensary owners and different business owners and various business type owners that really are completely and bona fidely enabled to bank other than their personal banking account. They're not able to bank for their business, which makes things really hard on them to be able to get things done and the turnaround time to get things done. We're holding business back because of a hatred towards marijuana or hatred towards cannabis that has really been derived from people's fear of it, that was built during the 30s and 40s, when this whole reefer madness shit was going on. And I mean, we've played the videos here on the show. I could play them again 100 times over, and you're going to see reefer madness, reefer madness, reefer madness, reefer madness. And then what you're going to see after that is more reefer madness. And the reason why is because we've made our country scared of a drug that's, largely harmless. The only thing I think I've ever done illegal smoking pot, other than the act of smoking pot, which is really ironic, the only thing illegal I think I've ever done smoking pot was probably rob the refrigerator of all its food. And I was like, stick them up, bitches, because I'm about to eat up in this motherfucker. I'm telling you right now. I know that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was good. But seriously, though, I mean, that's the truth, though. Is like, I think that's the only crime I've ever committed against humanity was eating all the damn leftover Cocoa Puffs because somebody left them behind and enough milk for me to smash. And I went to town. I am sorry. Weed is so horrible because I smashed the Cocoa Puffs at home. You got to be fucking kidding me. But I mean, but at the same time, I'm like, seriously, bro, like that's the worst thing I've ever done, smoking pot, bro. The worst thing I've ever done is rob the refrigerator for all its food. And I was like, you're going to give me that food right now, you see, or else it's going down, you see. But so as we get ready to skate out of here and get the hizzle out of here, my nizzle, again, want to thank music guest Knock, N-O-K, Knock from Phoenix, Arizona for the music today. And of course, for the stories today, we'll continue some of these discussions tomorrow. Of course, like Marijuana Dispensary plans to create health and wellness environment. So I definitely want to share that story with you guys. We'll skip some of the smaller, insignificant stories of the day. You can always look on the website. We post all kinds of stuff. Again, go to High Tide go to High Tide Stick on Facebook, High Tide Stick on YouTube, Instagram, all the other wonderful places that you can get your music on. And stick with us on High Tide Stick with me, the Doc here, the Doc MistaTre, that is. Yeah, boy. I'm out of here. Peace out. Suck a fish. You know we love you. It is what it is. Do what you do. Closing out the closing song today, of course, is going to be Dirty Games, Look at My Ride. For the overtime, if you stick around to listen to the song after the show. But we're going to get out of here with a little bit, of course, sound between mitos, man.
Jamaican, we got one Puerto Rican, number one touch. They join to be one all for one man. That man, we smoke all day, so go back, man. What man was surrender me, can't tell wrong. Cherry between my toes, he feels so good. When they never got a ring out of here, they never live. But tonight, tomorrow, fire, flowers, and black songs, whatever now, conversation, like we just the water like a show. Say, oh, yo, and the temple of the people, in the city, we try to warn, but you know they got sent between the clothes, not playing the room, and then the right. You need to be nation, and I don't put them in the nation. Guns keep down with a strong man. The American nation, but they're probably going crazy, but you don't know to be a church and next week. We will be a Michigan into a place and you won't go watch this beer with things and the things. Legacy 90 with a kind of chase, and take up the foundations of the world with the history page. Today's back in story, get back in the region. You know what service occasion, and we're out of all occasions. Investment markets, never shut the way you heard from there. Shut your crazy. If you black, white, Asian, Caribbean, or Spanish, tonight let's enjoy the summer night. Let the hate now Marcy vanish. Let's be more like the real cast piece, and I poured it on my damn head. Chill out over that one, and let's talk about why we blowing cannabis. I'm just saying we need to pray on deep meditation. They need to people focus on the negative and the generating. So much better we can just win the hell yeah, celebrating. Don't make me feel like old mercy like you're hating. One love, the king, me born the king, one love. baby, with your dollar. Do you know how me feel now, mama?
High Tide Stick is a cannabis content, news, politics, and entertainment show for 21 and up. So do what you always do. Throw on those headphones, kick the siblings out of the room. You're on High Tide Stick with the Doc. Thanks for listening. This has been a Trezona LLC production.
Straight to the zone. DG for life.
Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras watching. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras watching.
When I come down my whip, look tight and shiny like the glitter. And I Instagram that pic, and I post it up on Twitter. You can see my rims, they shining. 24 inches, they spinning. You can tell by my pockets blowing up like the lotto, so I'm winning. I'll tell you right now, baby, I'll live my life like shady. 6 baby mamas and a glitter, twins and $1 billion, baby. 10 screens where they falling. My Obama for ballin'. My baby mama, she blow my line. Man, she gon' stop calling. My backseat to be so large. Black 10, no credit cards. We in the back, I beat it down. And pray I do it free of charge. Can't be hating that ghost pattern. All these chicks go straight bananas. My rear view be thumping hard. Hanging on to that red bandana.
Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras rocking. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras rocking. Look how they watching, look how they watching. Drop the screens and turn the beat up, ain't gon' watch them jock, man. I'm gripping wood wheels and blowing out some broccoli. Behind the limo, check windows rolled out so they can't stop me. That 24 is clean, I think I need to join a car show. Gotta match the whip, so my whole fucking grill chrome. And my girl gone, but she bad as fuck. On the leather in the backseat, fucking with her feet up. Man, that whip too flossy, two-tone candy paint is glossing. Working long nights in the Navy, so I call that bitch my office. Put the camera in the dash so I can play, get back and watch it. Fuck it, let's make a movie, put it on the disc and profit. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras rocking. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras rocking.
Voice activation, make it start. Push a button, make it rock. Limo 10, you ain't got the tradition. We can chop before after dark. Why I'm chillin' my backseat. You with the biz, we not deep. All baby, no sheep. It's dirty games, means no sleep. Patron on tap, keep it drunk. Rock in the crowd, keep it crunk. I'm Trojan man, you the MJ of your hell again. Yo, space can't dump. Looney Tunes is my rims. 36 and they big. All my choppers hella long, they crawl down, won't fit. Blasting off in them rockets, 20K in their pockets. Cali Kush is super bomb in Colorado, no diet. My whip looking on fire, my bitches run for higher. My jock ain't Hiroshima, kryptonite, Shelly and quiet. DJ on no blast beats, water world in my backseat. Airbag popping off, automatic disc, yelling, help me. My whip amazing and fabulous, I'm a superstar, chip scandalous. My supercar rims got TVs, dirty games don't rattle us.
Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras rocking. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the back of my office. The world was counting, the counting.
It's my birthday, just face it. Boy Jones, no amateur. This here been a